Let's talk about how to rule the roost to supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and our relationship-related idiom and expression today is to rule the roost. Now this one's got kind of a fun etymology, a fun history. It actually came about in the 15th century from to rule the roast. Now, there's some confusion about how roast accidentally or purposefully changed to rule the roost, because by the mid-1700s, to rule the roost was a more popular expression than to rule the roast. To rule the roast meant to be the boss in the kitchen or something like that, and then it shifted to being the boss or the dominating position over others in any area or aspect of life. So I think that's why to rule the roost was more popular than to rule the roast, because if you're ruling the roast, you're only the ruler in the kitchen. If you're ruling the roost, you could be the dominating positioned person in any situation, or the manager in any situation. So I don't know if I've ever said to rule the roost. I've heard it before, but I'd have to think long and hard if I've ever actually used it in a conversation with another human being. I'm sure I've thought it, but I don't know that I've necessarily used it with other people. In families or in work environments, somebody can rule the roost, right? It seems like every family has some dominating personality, whether that person has been appointed, selected by the others or not. I know that happens in my family. So how do you rule the roost? How do you rule your business in order to grow and supersize it? So I looked up, and I've had quite a bit of experience with this, growing different businesses, but I wanted to find out, what does the internet have to say about leading through growing and building and supersizing your business. So I found 7 things that we're going to talk about just briefly, and you can ask yourself, does this apply to what I'm doing in my situation as I'm growing my business? So do you have these elements? And I would suspect, based on our experience and on my experience too, that these things are all true, and they're all elements that I've made sure we have a part of in every one of the businesses that we're working to build and grow. So the first thing is, of course, a focus. Talk about family. Family calling me early today. Secondly, we have to have a strategy for attracting good people. Because guess what? When we're starting out in business, we could do it all ourselves, but at some point, very quickly, depending on how fast our business is growing, we can't do it all ourselves. And we need to find other people that we want to bring on board to partner with, or to hire as employees, or to bring in as I like to do equity partnerships in new businesses, but everybody's different. But we need to have a way to find good people. How do you find good people to grow and build and supersize your business? Thirdly, we want to have a culture that allows the people that we team up with an opportunity to succeed. And again, succeed on their own terms. What's important to them. Then we want to spend or make sure that our business and our processes and systems are sound, as well as the technology that we're using to grow and build and supersize our business. We want to have sound technology and sound processes, procedures, systems, ways to automate what can be automated, etc. Fifth, we want to have the confidence to say yes. And this is a really big one that a lot of businesses don't realize initially, but they let a lot of opportunities to grow faster fly by the wayside because they're not confident enough to do this. But it's to say yes and then figure it out. Say, yes, we can do that. And even if you don't know or have a system or a process and you've never done it before, you know with 100% certainty that you'll find a way to figure it out and deliver what you promised on. And finally, 6 out of 7 is we have a few key performance indicators, a few good measures that we track and pay attention to, because they tell us, are we moving toward what we want in our business, or are we moving away from it? And 7th, finally, is a commitment to helping customers be satisfied. If we don't have a commitment to customer service, if we don't have a commitment to really helping the people that we're here to serve, it slows down our growth. So there's lots of different ways to grow our businesses. I found some information on the old school marketing way. You know, what are the 4 growth strategies for your business? Market penetration, market development, product development, or diversification. And we could talk and break that all down, because every topic in business and business growth has been broken down to minute detail how to do it. There's no lack of how to do things in the world. It's how do you get yourself to do the things that you need to do to grow and build and supersize your business. And one of those is, are you becoming the leader you need to be to build the business that it is you want in the world? That's one of the biggest questions I ask myself pretty much every day. Am I learning and growing and developing in the areas I need to so that I'm less of a bottleneck in the business that I'm growing? All right, love to know your experience with to rule the roost. Have you ever heard to rule the roast? I personally had never heard that till I looked into this idiom. I guess that's a little before my time. But I definitely have been familiar with to rule the roost. I guess we did say my dad ruled the roost. And in some ways my dad ruled the roost, and in other ways my mom ruled the roost. So that's it. Have an awesome day. If I can help you in any way, hit me up. If there's a relationship well-being related idiom, or mostly they're relationship related idioms. If there's a relationship related idiom that you'd like to know the origin of and how you can apply it to your business, just ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow. Have an awesome day.